I just need to understand, what are the taxpayer dollars for then, right?
Tonight, a driver frustrated with how complicated it can be to get someone to take responsibility for pothole damage.
She says the responsibility in her case has been passed from the state of Tennessee to the city of Nashville, back to the state, and then finally to a private contractor. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar now with more on what this woman wants from the state.
Amanda Palasciano wants the state to pay for the pothole damage to her car, but instead, she tells me, the state is passing the buck to a contractor they hired who won't pay either.
I got an $1,118 bill for 4 new tires.
It's a cost Amanda Palasciano was not prepared for. She tells me as she was driving on the I-40 ramp southbound, she hit a pothole. This is the damage she tells me it did to her tires. She thought the bill would be reimbursed by the state, but it wasn't. It's not just about the money for Palasciano. It's also about the time spent.
We're just shy of 7 months of what seems like a jurisdiction football.
She tells me the damage happened on May the 6th. First, the Tennessee Department of Transportation directed her to Metro. Then Metro sent her back to the state. She tells me the state then asked her to point out on this map where she was. She put these arrows in to make it clear to the state she could hopefully get reimbursed.
I then get another denial letter, this time saying, this has nothing to do with us. Please go to third party Roy Jorgensen, Inc. And I said, what?
That denial is one of many. Numbers from the Tennessee Department of Treasury show over the last 2 years, 64% of pothole damage claims have been denied. Some of them have been denied because the buck has been passed to contractors. We try to get that number, but the Department of Treasury hasn't given it to us yet. Shelley King is a director of communications with the State Treasury Department.
Why shouldn't the state that hires a contractor be responsible for what goes on in those roads?
Well, I can't speak to this particular contract. What I can tell you is, in general, when the state contracts with a third party, that third party assumes all liability.
Contractor company Roy Jorgensen denied Palasciano's claim too, stating it is not our contractual responsibility to warrant to the public that these roadways will remain free of hazards. So again, who then is responsible?
I'm calling on behalf of
I called Roy
Amanda
Jorgensen,
Palasciano.
left them a voicemail, and emailed them, asking them questions like, how can a pothole be considered a hazard? We still haven't heard back. King pointed me to the Tennessee Department of Transportation, or TDOT, to answer more of our questions about contractors. A TDOT spokesperson did answer most of our questions, but did not answer our main question. Why should the liability fall on contractors if it's the state who hired them in the first place? We haven't heard back yet. If we do, we'll bring you the updates. Reporting in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.